Okay, I'm making a quick video. This is on a 2012 Nissan Frontier. It's King Cab, but it's not going to matter. If any of you have had anything similar to this happen, I really hope it doesn't. So please take a warning from me. Take your antenna off before you go to the car wash. If you're actually going to a car wash, which you shouldn't do because it's going to scratch the heck out of your truck. So anyways, I went to the car wash and got out and started detailing, and realized my antenna was gone. Went back in the car wash, it literally snapped off. So instead of unscrewing this thing, which is just a pair of pliers, it snapped off. So I proceeded to get a small tap and a drill and try and drill it out, and then got the easy out in there and tried to easy out it off, but then as you can see, it snapped off inside. I knew I was done at that point. I'm not going to get diamond bits, so I ordered the whole entire piece on the internet, of course. So I went up to the interwebs and found the brand new one. The part number's around here somewhere. So here's the whole new one, and it's really easy to do. Not. Alright, here's what you really have to do. I'm gonna walk through quick. You have to take off the cowling. How you take the cowling off is first you take your windshield wipers off. The windshield wipers are pretty straightforward. You pop these clips off and you'll have a bolt. It is a 14mm bolt. I don't know if you can see a 14mm that comes off real easy. You don't get off and pry on your windshield wipers and with a screwdriver. You just lifted the rod up and then you grab this and just rock it. Just rock it up and down and it'll slide right off. You may want to mark with the marker or something where the location is so they go on. I didn't do that. Next step is the cowling. You can see the cowl comes off here. Now on the back of this cowl are plastic little strips. You shouldn't have to take this weather stripping off here. All you got to do is you get from behind with a pair of pliers and just squeeze it and pop them one at a time, and they come pretty good. So like I said, you can see how this is on here and it goes just right through that hole, but then you have the steel and then the back of it. So you just get a little pair of pliers, needle nose, squeeze this piece right in here. You can see you squeeze that edge and this edge and it'll pop out. So you're able to get this whole thing out. Nothing really more holding it that I can remember. And it exposes your whole tray here. Now, unfortunately, yeah, got to do it. So, I apologize for the filthy engine here because it's just beginning of spring and I've had to deal with all the solid. I'm going to clean this whole engine bay and engine and underneath and do my whole oil wipe down here this spring. But anyways, you got two, I think they're number 10mm bolts holding this unit in. Pretty straightforward. Don't worry, it'll come out there and there. That's easy. Once this piece is out, you've got a lots of these little fun doohickey wiggies. Basically like a wire tie that they use, and it snaps in. These are going to be really fun because you got to get them all out or cut them out. I decided to try and just pry them out so I can reuse the open holes. Now this comes down through here. Then it disappears and you'll never find it again, ever, unless you jack your car up and take your wheel off. Yeah, by the way, those are power stop brakes instead of the 50,000 I got out of the stock Nissans. I was able to buy less expensive drilled and slotted rotors with rebuilt red calipers. Anyways, get your wheel off. And then there's the wheel well itself. You've got some of those little snap things that the little pop pops out, and then you get behind it and pull that out. I had a few of them up in here, and I didn't, as you can see, have to take it all the way off because trying to get it out was difficult. I just pried it up to this point out from underneath this fender, and I got it so it was loose. Now you can see it's gonna come from up behind here. See this green wire? I tied it to it so that I can pull back through the original one. And that comes down, and then it goes into a nice little hole, if you can see, right here in the firewall, and there's a rubber plug. As a matter of fact, I fished another wire through here so that I could tie to that and pull back through here. So that's after you get all this fun stuff, and there's probably a clip in there too. Now, there's a couple mistakes I made inside the truck. I took the whole radio out. I got a Pioneer NEX 8100 in here, and all the fun stuff that goes along with that. And this has been out like, you know, 100 times if it's been out once, just to get all the wiring in. Now you'll have behind here where your antenna comes up, and then comes back down, fishes all around through here, lots of clips. Up on this rail, got a little bit of perspective here. You can see my bottom glove box is out, top glove box is out. You know, you start down at the bottom with those screws, and there's other screws up in here, and then more screws up in there. Not too big deal. Easy for me to say now that I got it all out. This is 3 hours worth of work, and now I'm getting ready to put it in. There's one big clip here, and then one clip here. Now understand, that's all part of this unit. That, as you can see, is going to plug in the back of the radio, but I found out that you don't need to take all this out. Just leave all of this in, because once you get up to a point where this is going up in your dash, you're going to come see all the way up the pillar here. Back behind in here is where this unit, so in other words, what you're seeing here, this goes all the way down inside here and all the way to your radio. So you don't need to take this piece out like I did. This is going to connect down into the female that's going to go up to the antenna rod. So it comes up back on the A-pillar. Now I pulled all this trim off the side here, got all this out. It's only a few screws, actually probably no screws. I did take the hand, whatever that's called, the hand hold on thing. We call it the OSB, the oh shit bar. Anyways, so that, you got to take the 2 bolts off of that, and then this whole piece comes off. Then you can see it was all clipped up into this area down in the A-pillar area. I think that's the A-pillar. But now once you got this loose, there is one real stubborn sucker between the frame of the dash and the wall of the truck here. You know, whatever this is, call it A-pillar, all part of it or something. But once you get that out, that clip that's way back down into here, which I used, basically I got a big old long drill bit. You know, this is about 1.5 feet long. Got it all the way down in there and then just popped it out. And then I was able to get that whole piece, fish it all through. But of course, before I started yanking, I put some wire on the end so I can pull it all back through again. Hopefully this helps a little bit. I've got almost 8.5 minutes worth of video going on here. So this is why, kiddies, you take that antenna off before you go through a car wash, which, you know, if you're gonna do car washes and not do your own hand wash, and by all means make sure you take that thing off, because if you snap it off, you've got at least 4 hours on an afternoon in front of you, tearing your whole dash off, taking your wheel off, your cowling, your windshield wipers. You know, I only got about a half pint of blood lost from my knuckles being ripped off getting up underneath the dash. And so I hope this is some help and serves as a warning to all you whippersnappers out there. Don't think you got to take that antenna off and go through the car wash with it. So thought maybe this might help a little bit. It's not a big you know, a lot of heavy mechanics. It's just a nightmare getting in all the crevices. Anyways, this is my first YouTube video. Please don't rip me apart on anything. Just trying to help the brothers out there, you know, with their fronties. Have a good one.